Hello and welcome. It's been a while since we last had a video session like this, but then I felt before then, let me quickly extend my warm Christmas wishes to my listeners. For those of you who knew me way before now, you'd know that I am an advocate of peace, one who wants the betterment of everyone. But recent events has forced us to be who we are. Just as everybody clinges to his or her own identity and protects his own identity by every means possible, that is how we too have felt to also protect our identity by every means possible. If you know, between now and the last 1 month or thereabout, a lot of events have emanated, leading to so many controversies. Top of which is the involvement of the Eastern Security Network. And in case you don't know, the federal government has instructed that the Nigerian military shoot to kill at sight anybody identifying or displaying himself as a unit or member of the Eastern Security Network. Well, I'm not in a position to say whether I support or reject such decision by the federal government. But what I do know is when you claim you are wise and you don't seek counsel and you don't need counsel from people, you end up being the most foolish and stupid human being on earth. It is the white man that says 2 heads are better than one. Nowhere in the world have we ever seen where one man claims to possess all the knowledge in the world and therefore should think for everyone. Now, I am forced to make this video because within the last week or 2 weeks or thereabout, I've communicated with a lot of friends, and one in particular is a very good friend of mine, an elderly man, a very wealthy man, and his line of thought is that Nnamdi Kanu is a very intelligent man. He's a very, very intelligent man. He's a disciplined man. He's an honest man. He's a man of integrity, and therefore it is only better we allow him to think for everyone. And he said that this man was offered the vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and he refused. I asked him, I said, who was there? Who was there? Was the offer made public? Was it a public transmission? And everybody saw that he refused. It was just his words that he was offered presidency and he refused. If I were him, if truly I was offered presidency, I will accept it, because if truly I want to affect Nigeria, I can only work better by working from inside. If you want to affect or make changes into a system, you have to be in the system. It is faster and safer to change a system from within than from outside. So, quite frankly, we will not be talking about Ipob and Nnamdi Kanu or Eastern Security Network if only we were not included. If Nnamdi Kanu in himself and Ipob in itself has not included my people, the beautiful and great people of the Yoruba nation, if we have been left alone and not included, forcefully, might I add into this charade of the Biafra exercise, we will just be somewhere looking at it. But you said Urobo, Ishekiri, Ijo, Wari, Edo, we are all within the Biafra nation. We are inside. Asaba, we are all in the Biafra map, old Eastern region, as you put it. And therefore we are Biafrans, right? Now, here is the question. You said we're a member of Biafra, a multi-ethnic faceted nation. And yet, only Nnamdi Kanu will suggest what is good for us. Only Nnamdi Kanu will think for us. Only Nnamdi Kanu will suggest how the new Biafra operates. A country that you say the Calabars are inside, the Ijaws are inside, the Edos are inside, the Robos are inside, the Shekiris are inside. So, let me tell you exactly what is going on here. Let me tell you, let me expose the whole game Nnamdi Kanu is playing. The whole game Nnamdi Kanu is playing. I'm going to expose that. It's very simple. And it won't take me more than 5 minutes to expose the charade, the scheme Nnamdi Kanu is playing. First and foremost, like I said and I've often said, IPOB is a group of Igbo supremacists. And this video is strictly going to be an analysis of IPOB and their Igbo supremacist members. If you claim not to be a member of IPOB and you are offended by this video, it simply means you are a member of IPOB, but you are not a registered one. So there's a difference between actually being a member of an organization or not being a member, but you share in their ideology. So if this video offends you, it means you are a member of ideology, you are a member of IPOB by ideology, but not physically a member. Now, one thing that Nnamdi Kanu did, forget whether Nnamdi Kanu is a scam, Nnamdi Kanu, the truth is that Nnamdi Kanu has a dream of trying to reposition the Igbo supremacists as he believed the Igbos were formerly known. And that leads me to history. Because most times, Nnamdi Kanu loves using the war, the civil war, as a basis to sow anger and emotion into his listeners. And most of these listeners are within the ages of 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, sometimes 45. And a few elderly ones, quite okay, who basically don't know, who are not intellectually endowed to sieve through the lies that Nnamdi Kanu is selling through his broadcast. Now, get one thing straight. We don't hate Nnamdi Kanu. We don't hate Igbos. As a matter of fact, when Nnamdi Kanu started, a lot of us were willing to queue into the struggle and help him and assist him. But it got to a point, like me, for instance, you all are aware that I even went to the extra length of going into my land, my people, to bridge the gap between the Igbos and their neighbors. But at one point, I now saw that the place Nnamdi Kanu is going is different from where I thought we were going. The question is, where does Nnamdi Kanu, where was Nnamdi leading us? Nnamdi Kanu was leading us to a Biafra where Igbos are properly placed as superiors. Now they'll say, no, it's not true. You need to speak to Nnamdi Kanu. If he tells you what the new Biafra will be like, in the new Biafra, everybody will control his region, everybody will control their wealth. In the new Biafra, I now said, what you have just told me, you have just told me what Nnamdi Kanu said. Nnamdi Kanu said, is it wrong if at the end of the day what you are telling me, it is now, the narrative is now, we came together and we said, is it not better than Nnamdi Kanu said? Nnamdi Kanu said, why not the people of Biafra, the indigenous people of Biafra, came together and agreed that this is how we are going to stay? Now the question is, why is it that in IPOB ideology, the concept of collectivism is not adequately represented? Why? Why is it that the concept of consultation, the concept of dialogue, the concept of communal discussion, communal brainstorming, communal talking, communal agreement, why is it strategically being avoided? Why are they pushing for a situation whereby only one individual speaks for everybody? The truth is that that scenario in itself clearly suggests a far more sinister agenda that is even worse than that of the Fulani people. It clearly suggests you are saying that in the whole of Roboland, we don't have bright minds that think very well. In the whole of Ijaw land, we don't have bright minds that think for us very well. You are saying that in the whole of Biafra land, we are searching. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go in search for the brightest mind in the whole of Biafra land. We are searching through Robo land, none. We are searching through Ijo land, none. We are searching through Edo land, none. We are searching through Ijo people, Kalabari, Ekwere, none. Now let us go to the Igbo land. Yes, I can see the signal. Yes, yes. Nnamdi Kanu, the one that has the brightest mind, that can think for everyone. So we have found him, the brightest mind. The rest of you, no need to think again. This man will tell us how we are going to live in the new Biafra. Can you even see how stupid the whole concept sounds? I was watching a program on Ijele Speaks, and a young man called in. I could see the fire in him, the pumped up anger in him. All he saw was, all he knows is that when Biafra comes, everything will be better. When Biafra comes, everything will be better. We need freedom. We need freedom. Struggle. Freedom. Efu, Janjaweed, Zoo. All, everything in his head was just that thing. And I felt pity for Ijele, because while he was busy, navigating the ambience of intellectual exercise, he ended up confusing the man more, because the semantics he was using to explain the political complexities of, even myself, I don't scatter the thing. In other words, the semantics with which he was using to explain the political complexities of the South region was even bamboozling the man. And Ijele couldn't even know that he was exacerbating the mind's sense. And I felt pity. I laughed my stomach up, because if that boy was close to Ijele, he would have broken his head with weapon that was close by. That is because for 8 years, this man, Nnamdi, stop that thing. That's distracting me. For 8 years, Nnamdi Kanu has set up a radio machinery that was targeted to brainwash his listeners. Now, here comes the proper analysis I'm telling you. Nnamdi Kanu, from the onset, his agenda was to reposition the supremacy of the Igbo race. And as crude as he was, he's a very intelligent man. Let me say, I used to say it's not. Nnamdi Kanu is a very, 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 very intelligent man. But like every other Igbo man, he has one thing that is bringing him down. That is pride. Ego. It has remained one singular denominator that is destroying most Igbo people. That pride. And pride is like a drug. A drug, a harmful drug, is something you take. It creates a need for that same drug and tells you need more of that drug to solve the need it creates in you. And the more you take it, the more void it creates, so much so that as the void gets bigger, it tells you need more drug. And the more drug you take, the bigger the void, or the bigger the problem. So you find out that what is happening to a lot of these people is that they've taken enough of this misconception drug. And the problem they are in now, the void has become deeper. Let me tell you something before I go into the full analysis, and this time I will not deviate. Right now, we are in a period where the Igbos are about to lose a whole generation. Those today who are between the ages of 20 and 45, these are a generation that Nnamdi Kanu is willing to destroy. I say 20 to 45 because in the next 20 years, those who are 45 to 60, 70, they may be too old to say anything or probably die off. These ones that are between the age of 20 to 45, they will not be the one that are 45 to 50, 60. They will be the one talking about Biafra. And if they are the ones that are making decisions for the Igbos with this brainwashing that Nnamdi Kanu has done to them, you can only say one thing, that it will be safe to say we feel pity for the Igbo nation. Now we say these things, an Igbo man listening will be looking at me. Who am I to be talking about this thing? After all, I'm a bloody minority. I'm not supposed to be talking. I wouldn't be talking if Nnamdi Kanu was not talking about my people. So if it is okay for Nnamdi Kanu to talk about the Urobos, Edos, Ijos, then it's also okay for us to talk about Igbos. Otherwise, it's the same arrogance and pride we are talking about. So, Nnamdi Kanu set up, and those that are following Nnamdi Kanu also believe in the concept of Igbo supremacists. This is why in IPOB, they don't believe in the concept of dialogue. They don't believe in the concept of consultation. They believe in the concept that if you like what you are doing, come and join. But we have the audacity to determine and decide who belongs to us. You have no right to say we agree or not. You are Biafra, just accept it. Now, lest I forget, I've been accepting some people into Magnus Oraka fan base. I've accepted close to 7 people, and in their profile, the reason why I created a group, it gives me the ability to assess who I'm accepting into the group. I can read your whole profile. When you apply to be a member of Magnus Oraka fan base, your whole profile appears. Do you know, I've seen people who are members of 3,225 groups, 3,275 groups. Why is somebody joining 3,000 groups on Facebook? It clearly shows that IPOB probably have set up a machinery of different Facebook accounts to infiltrate different Facebook, and all they do once they get into that group is a fool, useless man, foolish man, Fulani slave, idiot, your mama, your shawo pikin, lost slave. And that is how you want to get Biafra, by constantly insulting and creating enmities and apathy and bad blood. Is that how you want to create the Biafra you want? How do I be with Biafra with people who are pepped up with so much emotional anger, distress, and hatred? You keep asking, why do people hate Igbos, when the people who actually exercise the hatred is you? We all wanted to say, okay, this time around, for me, I still have the feeling that it is overdue for an Igbo presidency. So that when we have the Igbo presidency, he cannot fix Nigeria to the way that it is better for the Igbo people. But how do we begin to support an Igbo presidency when we have Igbos all over social media insulting and abusing everyone? Makes no sense. Who told you that if you get the Biafra, it will be better than Nigeria? From the behaviors that you already show now, it clearly shows that if we get that Biafra, it's going to be worse than Nigeria. A Biafra that only one man speaks for everybody. That is outright totalitarianism. That is outright autocracy. That is outright ethnic domination, just as the Fulanis are doing to us today. A Biafra, you're already fighting without the concept of dialogue, without the concept of consultation, without the concept of people coming together to decide their fate. You are saying, no, the Romans should not talk. Just come because you have an empty head. We have discovered the best brain in Igbo land, which is Nnamdi Kanu. The rest of us should not talk. We should zip our mouth. Then Nnamdi Kanu will be the one that in the new Biafra will control our world. Hey, in the new Biafra, all of will tell you. Nnamdi Kanu will not contest for presidency. He will just be a supreme leader. The supreme leader is bigger than the president. Last I checked, the supreme leader determines who is the president. He appoints president and sack presidents. He appoints king and sack king. Is that what you want to bring to the new Biafra? Sorry, sir. We will not want that type of Biafra. Now, in case some of you small boys, you just like they see for yourself now, small boy. What you don't know is that before the civil war, Nigeria was at peace. We had all this ethnic domination, ethnic superiority, ethnic this. We didn't have it. If you are a young man between the age of 20 who was born way after the civil war, I have a 60-something-year-old man here who was alive before the civil war. If I tell any lie, please shout. Let them say hi from where you are. Let them know that I'm saying the truth. Say hi, sir.
Hi.
Okay, you hear him voice. So before the civil war, Nigeria was at peace. The Igbo man can travel to the north can travel to the east, the west can travel. We're living normally. Nalai?
No.
Eh?
You are correct.
Even me, at 1975, we were living in Kaduna and we're living inside the center of Muslim settlements. And there was nothing like you are Muslim, you are this, you are that. It was one. Because Nnamdi Kanu likes visiting the war, let us visit the war. Let's not shy away from it. Let's visit the war. Because what IPOB does is that they pick narratives that best suit their purpose. If you want to inform people, give them the whole story so that they get the whole story. Don't pick the part that suggests that they kill Igbo people, the part that suggests that Igbo people are being suppressed, the part that suggests that Igbo people are, all the negativities applied to Igbos are the ones you just pick out. But the full story, give them the full concept, and this is the full concept. Because anytime an Igbo man hears Biafra, he becomes emotionally challenged. Everything about his composure disappears, and he becomes vulnerable for manipulation, which is exactly what Nnamdi Kanu is doing. If the zoo is as bad as Nnamdi Kanu claims it is, why is his sister still perpetual in the Nigerian civil police force? He's still there and has no plan to resign anytime soon. That is because the whole thing is all a charade. Now, Nigeria was living in peace until some people decided that they want to make a coup, and you decided to kill. And this is exactly what is annoying the Fulani man till tomorrow. I am the one who live in now. I will tell you the truth. This is what is annoying them till tomorrow. You decided to carry out a coup and kill 21, maybe 27, how many police officers, sir? But 21 or 27, I'm not sure. 27 police officers without one single Igbo officer inside. And by some divine intervention, that period, Nnamdi Azikiwe was out of the country. By some divine intervention, Aguiyi was not in the country. And when they finished the coup, they invited an Aguiyi to become the head of military. Don't forget, at that point in time, we had Igbo officers that dominated the Nigerian military. We had Igbo personalities that dominated virtually almost every academic, intellectual parastatals that are within the country. The same way the Fulani man is trying to achieve today, by making sure that everywhere is occupied by the Fulani man. Don't forget that the Igbos did the same thing. Is Nnamdi Kanu telling you that? Is Simon Ekpa telling you that there was a time like that? And when the Hausas now saw, because they are masters of this game, they already knew where this thing was going. They felt if they give these people a chance, Wahala go start. So the civil war broke out. Now here's something about the civil war. Now, I am not happy that many Igbos lost their lives in the civil war. Please, may their soul rest in peace, because it's unnecessary. The war was the most unnecessary decision that I've seen an Igbo man take. You were not prepared for it. You didn't. For a man who claimed to be a military general, you didn't know that you need alliances to win wars. Your neighbors were not with you. You just looked at the population of the Igbos and you feel you could take up the Nigerian military. And for those who are saying that the Nigerian civil war lasted for 3 years, at that time, it was the Nigerian government that wanted the war to last that long. Thinking that at one point you realized that it was a fruitless effort and you will relax, but you kept on. As the war was dragging on, you kept believing that you will win. And that's why they took the last stringent measure, okay, block food supply. Maybe not because you chop the belly food. Now make you think say you the word. And when they block this, you have no choice to surrender. Because you are in a civil. I remember a video I watched that Ojukwu made. He said, if the Nigerian government come, they will be surprised at what the Biafran soldiers will dish back. It means it was a war you were prepared for. And in every war, there are casualties. People must die. You can't declare a war and not expect people to die. You declare the war, you declare it. And this is the same mistake you are thinking. You think today if you get Biafra, the Igbos that are living in Sokoto and Plateau and Niger State, the indigenous there will still allow them to stay, because international community, the moment you declare, they will say, okay, since you people leave our town, you think you want to eat your cake and have it. Okay. That is not even the situation. Now, the war lasted for 3 years, which I think it's very, very unnecessary. Very unnecessary. It was a war that after 6 months, you should have known that you can't win this war. You drop it, but you didn't. 1 year, 2 years, it was in your power to say, we stop. But you didn't. You allowed it to go on for 3.5 years, allowing innocent people to die unnecessarily. Do you know that in that civil war, the Fulanis who took up the fight, not a single Fulani life was lost. One Fulani life didn't die. The casualties were Yorubas, Ijos, fellow Igbos, Robos. It was we, the middle belters. The far north didn't, they were not in the front. Now we, they kill ourselves, Whereas the Hausa would do one side, they will just be shaking their head. What kind of idiots are these? And that is what is still happening today. We are still the ones quarreling ourselves. Go to social media. You hardly see a Hausa man engaging in our petty quarrel. Now we fight ourselves. Nnamdi Kanu will throw one, then we'll reply. Nnamdi Kanu will throw, now we'll reply. Then we'll throw one, then he too reply. And if there's a war today, that's how the wars will still go. It is still we that will fight ourselves. Don't you see how very stupid we are? Now, here is something again that Nnamdi Kanu fails to also talk about the civil war. The war lasted for 3.5 years to the point that it became so cumbersome and cumbrous on the Igbo nation to the point that cannibalism was experienced. Cannibalism is a situation where people eat people just to survive. Now, this is where you need to listen. A situation that degenerates to the point where you have to survive by eating another human being clearly shows that your psychology has been robbed to a point of dehumanization. Whatever will get a man to that point, it means your psychology and sense of humanity has been reduced. And here is where it gets even more interesting. After the Civil War, it was time for rebuilding. Please listen. It was time to rebuild. When they were rebuilding, top on the list of the problem that the Igbo nation faced after the Civil War was hunger. And they developed a system to take care of that hunger immediately. How did they do that? Because the Nigerian government was very biased at giving them opportunities to serve, to work. They were not in the civil service until Obasanjo came, a Yoruba man that most IPO people like to quarrel, a Yoruba man, made it possible for Igbos to now get promotion in the civil service. So what did they do? They started going abroad. And whoever makes it abroad, make sure that he extends a helping hand to the person at home. Bring one at home, you serve for 3 years. Then those in Nigeria who are in business, if you progress, you transfer the knowledge to the next person, and the next person transfer to the next person. So, and this exercise was pepped up because somebody, if you are hungry, you go the extra mile to succeed. If you are hungry, you go the extra mile to succeed. So there's no rocket science that will say God is. No, it's not a mission of God. You were pushed to the wall whereby in order to survive, you have to go to the extra length to survive. And that is why today you see everybody in business, Igbos in business are making it because they know where they are coming from. And they know that to survive, you must save. To survive, you must get money.
And great revolution.
You get me now? Here is another twist to this whole tale. There were other fallout of the Civil War that wasn't attended to, such as people who were scattered. Your culture was decimated. The order of hierarchy was decimated. A lot of other hunger was not the only problem, but the rebuilding after the Civil War centered more on taking care of hunger. Today, I can tell you, the only people that feeds well in Nigeria today are the Igbo man, because they pay the price. They know what hunger means. Therefore, they feed well. But hunger is not the only attribute of human existence. There's cultural existence, there's social existence, there's communal existence, there are a whole lot of other existences which the Igbo man didn't take care of. This is why you see, by commission or omission, money has been inbuilt into the culture. So much so that the only decimal to prove that you are successful in life is measured by the amount of money you have acquired, which is terribly wrong, because I've defined sometime in my previous video, success is not determined by the quantity of material acquisition, but rather by the quality of life you are able to achieve by living with others. That is success. Ah, see that man. Oh, that man. Oh, that man is truthful. Ah, that man. Oh, that man, if you give him 3 million naira, come back 6 months, he will give you that same 3 million naira. He won't cheat you. Oh, that man, he has wisdom. When he sits and gives analysis of a situation, you know that he's blessed. Those are other areas you can be successful you can be successful at. You can be successful in giving wisdom. You can be successful in integrity. You can be successful in honesty and sincerity. But when you have a culture that says that, that man, you know that man, I ain't get that hotel. You know, I ain't get that hotel. The only attribute that suggests you have become successful in life is the amount of money people can identify with you. That is not true. Success is not determined by the amount of money. Let me tell you what the Hausa, in case you don't know what the Hausa man is, just surviving. They know their weaknesses. They know get school. They know they can't stand the competition of school. They know that in terms of intellect, in terms of wisdom, in terms of IQ, they can't stand you. But they have discovered that you that have the advantage, you don't know how to make use of your own advantage. And since you don't know how to make use of advantage, you created an opportunity for them to enter you and take the advantage. Who says if we want to remove Buhari today, we can't remove him? It just takes the strength and courage of all the senators and all the House members representing the South and the governors to demand that Buhari steps down, or else they should stop touching our wealth. Matter finish. And they need to see that yes, you are resolved to it, because they know that they cannot survive without the South. But they know you don't know your strength. That's why they're able to come into you and use you and eat you and dominate. When I hear the word, we need freedom, we need freedom, we need freedom, even the most intellectual of the Southern man will be saying that we need freedom, we need freedom. And I'm like, free from who? Who is holding you? You have to, so if you already have a mind frame that you need to be freed, it means you agree that somebody has, you are in shackles or you are in restraint by somebody. You're not, there's someone is not holding you. Your stupidity is what is holding you. Your greed is what is holding you. Your senselessness in attacking political issues is what is holding you. Your refusal to work in harmony with your brothers and other ethnic tribes is what is holding you. So who are you supposed to be free from? It's not the Fulani man. You need to be free from your own self. The Fulani man is only capitalizing on the fact that we have refused to acknowledge our own strength. You own the wealth. You own the fertile lands. You own everything that makes Nigeria go round. Every day they design trillions of nairas for Nigerian budget, with over 95% of that budget coming from the South. And yet, you that produces this money that runs Nigeria, you cannot say, well, my Nigeria, hey, hold it. The way this Nigeria is now, we don't want time. If you can't do it the way we want, this budget, stop coming to my place to collect money. It's as simple as that. You don't, all this thing, constitution, because before all that, how united are we? When Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB refuses not to work with others, they say we must come and only agree on what Nnamdi Kanu says. Once Nnamdi Kanu says it's final, don't challenge it, don't question it. That is how it should be, because they are specially made by God. They are the Jews of our land, the ones with the only brains. People like me now, as sense, don't they chop my hair, come on, my own is useless. Nnamdi Kanu's own is the best. That small boy. So the whole idea of Nnamdi Kanu creating a Radio Biafra, he said, is to bring down the zoo. The idea of Radio Biafra is not to bring down the zoo. He instituted a long-term agenda to brainwash people, and it's working. It's really, really working. Most of our youths, I was going to buy fuel the other day for my generator, and I walked into a black market shop to buy fuel. And I saw these young men, some 22, 23, 30 something. They were all glued to the television listening to this man talking for almost 3 hours. And they were so engrossed and nodding their head in affirmation that what this man is saying makes sense. This guy gets wisdom. Because he says it. That Chukwuke Biama has given him the brain. So when Chike Biama was giving sense, the rest of us like Magnus say, go away, your brain, your head can't hold the kind of wisdom I'm about to give Nnamdi Kanu. So go. Only Nnamdi Kanu will get this wisdom. So as far as I'm concerned, we have done this, that Nnamdi Kanu is the best brain the man can bring for us, to think for us. So the whole idea of Radio Biafra is to change or to hold the listeners, which are mostly these young boys, spellbound into a narrative that conveniently sells the idea that Igbos are superior to their neighbors. Which is why Nnamdi Kanu is trying to reposition or redirect or rewrite people's story by saying that Edo is a Godomi-Godo. Therefore, they are Igbos. Urobos are Igbos. Ishekiri are Igbos. So by the time, it is the same technology, it's the same strategy that the Fulani Caliphate used. By first, making the Hausas less proud of their heritage. And when you become less proud of your heritage, when you are not proud of your heritage, you become easily, your ancestral lands and your culture becomes very accessible to the one that the person is bringing. And that's exactly what Nnamdi Kanu is trying to do. To make us begin to feel less of an Urobo man and more of an Igbo man. So when that begins to happen, you can begin to access us and sow your ideals and cultural preferences into us. And we say, no, sir, that cannot work. Thank God the Urobos have great minds like that of Magnus Oraka. I've listened to Nnamdi Kanu. I've measured my IQ. Believe me, I know my IQ. I know where my IQ. I have one of the greatest IQ. I think very few of us in Nigeria have the kind of IQ I have. But like in the Bible, watch the people that Jesus chose. If you are a human being and they say you should choose your prophets, you won't choose what Jesus Christ chose. Or even God, the prophets he chose, Samson, Moses. How does God choose Moses, a stammerer, to go and tell Pharaoh, let my people go? Makes no sense. But there was something in him that God saw. And that's something in me. I get this thing well. So when you are coming with your political narrative, I know where you are going. And those in favor of IPOB that are singing Nnamdi Kanu, they know exactly what Nnamdi Kanu is doing. Nnamdi Kanu is an intelligent man. But rather than use the intelligence to foster ways of bringing people together, he's trying to bring people together, but suggest Igbos should be on top. That's what Nnamdi Kanu is doing. That's what he's doing. But we are saying no. If you cannot foster an environment of equality, if you cannot foster an environment of fairness, if you cannot foster an environment of mutual respect for the people's culture, for the people's heritage, and for what they say they are. Wike said he's not Igbo. It's his choice. It is his fundamental human right to decide who he said he wants to be. After all, we have people who have left Nigeria. They are Ijo, but they are in America now, and they said they are Nigerian citizens. They are American citizens. They are no longer Nigerian. They are now Americans. You have children born of Nigerian parents. They will tell you that they are not this footballer in UK that had a choice to choose between Nigeria and it's not fashionable.
SAGA.
One guy, but eventually he chose UK instead of Nigeria.
Yes.
It's a choice.
Yes.
It's a choice. And if now that we've not gotten Biafra, you are already preventing people from their fundamental human right to make a choice. Is it when we now have the Biafra, you now allow people to have a choice of what they want or who they want or what they say they want to be? Is it that time you now? So you can see the whole, it's a charade. The whole thing is a charade. The whole idea of Nnamdi Kanu financing multiple Facebooks to attack different accounts, and all they are looking for is somebody who say one negative thing against Nnamdi Kanu, and voila, idiot, your father, Ashawo, idiot, efu, crazy, Fulani slave. Is that how you want to get? Is that how you want to get the Biafra? To tell you the hypocrisy of Biafra fighters, let's say we come down, we say, okay, we want to fix Nigeria. What do you want to fix Nigeria? You say you want maybe an open seaport for Calabar, and they say, okay, they open it. You want an international airport, okay, they open it. I can tell you still want more. I'm not saying Nigeria is good. Nigeria is very, very bad. But the Igbo nation is among the top 3 tribes that are benefiting from Nigeria, even as bad as Nigeria is. You are. But just because you refuse to see how much you are benefiting Nigeria, you only choose to see the negative aspect, doesn't change the fact. For instance, a lot of Nigerian states, in fact, everywhere in Nigerian states, they've opened their land for you to freely to come and settle. There's hardly anywhere you don't have an Igbo settlement in Nigeria. I keep asking you, how much of your land have you let out for people to come and settle in comparison to the people's land that you are staying? Because I've been to Imo State, I've been to Enugu, I've been to Abia, I just throw past a boy. I've yet to see a place whereby people actually bought the RC of O, and it's a big settlement, and it is non-Igbos that are there. It's not possible. But come to Jos, where I'm staying here, Apata should be like, it's a very big place. Rukuba, Tafa Balewa, Rukubaru, Amadu Bellowe, places in Bukuru, they are all there, living in peace and settling very well, doing their business. Nobody's going to say, don't do this. So why not? You need people's land more than those people need your land. In fact, without people's land, you will not survive. If everybody say, okay, leave our land, go back to your place, all the shakara will end. If there's everybody say, okay, leave our land, go back to your land, all the shakara will end. Why not say, okay, let's find a way to build this place, let it work. We are supposed to be the one making Fulanis live like slaves, not the other way around. We are supposed to be the owners of Nigeria, and we'll say, okay, this is how we want Nigeria to be. But because we channel our energy more in fighting ourselves, that is why the Hausa man is using... I've seen one documentary where 2 antelopes were fighting themselves over a female. They were fighting. As they were fighting, a tiger was busy crawling on them. Because we had so much engulfed in that fight, they didn't notice the danger that was lurking on them until the leopard came close and snatched one of the antelope and ran away with him. And that's exactly what is happening. We, the South people, we are like harems. We have 3 males fighting over who controls or who enjoys us. Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba. Period. That's what it is. Now, 2 of the males have connived. That's Yoruba and the Hausa. So, okay, let's work together and push one out. The other one have seen that he cannot come back for the fight. And so, okay, he wants to cut his way out. In cutting his way out, let him cut some of the harem to him. And that's exactly what it is. You can deny it all you want, but that's exactly what it is. But this harem you want to take, saying, no, will not be harem. if you want to be with us, let us live as equal. You said no. Okay, if you want to live with us, come and discuss. So let's see how we will live. You said no, we will not discuss. We should just, after all, you are a harem now. Harems follow male. Male don't follow women. It's not going to work. This is not a jungle. This is society. And in societies, we have to reason like human beings. You get me? We are robots. We are very, very intelligent people. From the way I'm talking, you know that we are sensible. Are you telling me you can actually... I'm just one out of millions of people. Are you telling me these people, you can drag them to your Biafra and turn them like idiots? I was watching one Edo guy that wore one red shirt with red background. Very intelligent Edo man. He was speaking in pidgin English, very calm. I said, now these intelligent people, now Nnamdi Kanu one carry go in Biafra. Already from your IPOB, you have clearly shows that you are incompatible with people endowed intellectually. You are not compatible with them. So is it us now that you want to go? There will be problem. Because all this your trader ideology, that you have 3 ideas. 2, you are going to let it out. Then 1, you keep it to yourself. Then we hail you, hey, Odegu, supreme leader, well done, sir. They will be waiting when you bring the 3rd one. That is terrible. That is, even primary schools don't think like that. We have to know what's your idea, and everybody will be cute so that you don't enter a bus and suddenly the guy takes another route. You say, oh God, this is not the road to Onisha. I say, don't worry, I will reveal the road to you when the time comes. And then say, okay, drive on, hey, correct guy. Don't worry, he say go show us the road where they take. But we just follow and they go. Sorry, sir. That's childish, that's stupid. If you have an idea, sell the idea to us. Put your cards on ground. Let's see if the idea favor us. Or if that's how Igbos rule themselves, then take your stupid and useless ideas to your 5 Igbo states. Let them follow you like that. For us, we do things like human beings. If you have a good idea, and besides, when you start talking, they'll say that, am I happy that Fulanis are raping our women? Now your women, they rape. Shame our women. Allow us. Now we want them to rape our women. As they are raping our women, did we say you should come and help us that we can't take care of our women? Eh? Did they tell you that we can't? When Niger Delta Avengers came up and held the federal government to a standstill, did the federal government not come to beg us? We know when to strike. We don't strike with map. Zujeria. For those of you calling Nigeria a zoo, it clearly shows that you are an idiot, you are an illiterate. The zoo. And because you pronounce it, because you pronounce the zoo with contempt, you think it's a negative connotation. The zoo, Nigeria, zoo. A zoo is a very organized place. A zoo, people are compartmentalized. The lions are here, the leopards are here, the antelopes are here. No time do you hear that lion break out of his cage to go and attack an antelope. When anyone falls sick, they treat it immediately. There is proper medical care. I know you talk of Nigerian zoo. You that you are living in UK, you that you are living in USA, go to the zoo that is in USA or America or Britain or UK and tell me if Nigeria is like that zoo, you will not be happy. Hey, zoo. Just because one man use one trader mentality and then you are all following zoo. I don't tire to hear the zoo. If at all you want to insult Nigeria in that context, a jungle is preferable than jungularia being a jungle, something like that. Because a jungle is where the survival of the fittest, which is exactly what Nigeria is. We are presented ourselves as weaklings, and therefore the Hausas have used the opportunity to see us as uncoordinated, non-united idiots, and therefore they are coming into us. You should know that the military is in the north. Power is in the north. So if you choose to fight them now, they have the advantage. One idiot even had told me that this Eastern Security is a trap. They just set it anytime Nigerian military enter to wipe them up. And I'm like, is this Is this a human being thinking like this? You are going to wipe Nigerian military up. You don't have jets. You don't have fighter jets. You don't have tankers. You don't have anything. Please, Nigerian government, in case there is a civil war, the Urobo peoples are not part of this thing. We are not with Ipob. We are not with Igbo people on this Biafra thing. My name is Magnus Oraka, and I'm speaking for the Urobo nation. We are not part of Ipob and their warfare. They should go and die. We love our lives. You get me? One life, we cannot waste it anyhow. Maybe they have so many lives. They've wasted so many lives, millions of lives during the Civil War. And they are like, it's been 50 years now. We've not wasted life. What are we waiting for? Please. Last time we wasted 3 million. This time we should waste 10 million more. So let's cause something to waste life. Maybe that's why. So please, when you are ready to waste your life, let us tell Nigerian army, we know they're part of this thing. We know they're part of this thing. I beg. When the time comes, I'll just hang poster of mine, say Urobo. And go, one Urobo name by Yamriba Uche. So they're going to kill you because you don't know where to pick a fight. Nigeria is bad, yes. Nigeria needs a solution, yes. But you know when to pick a fight. You don't just say because you want fight, you just pick the fight. You have to determine when to pick that fight. So all this radio Biafra, both whether Uche may force Biafra, both Nnamdi Kanu, both of them, all of you are scams. Because it is still in pursuance of the Igbo identity. You failed the war the first time because you made the war about Igbo identity. You're going to still lose it again if you make the fight an Igbo identity. Learn how to incorporate your brothers. Not the way Nnamdi Kanu is doing by saying, come and join us. Go to them in humility. If it means to beg them, beg them. But if you say, we can't beg. No. So fire is catching us, so you want us to come and beg you. If you are waiting for us to come and join you, if you like, pay some of all these small boys, they are from Biafra, they are, if you want to go there, or Sophia, now you are pumping money into their account. Because I know when I was with you, I know how you treated me. Pumping money into your account so that when you see that money, you start shouting, hey, Nnamdi Kanu is my... Because all you need to get money, if you are hungry, just set up one video, just say, Nnamdi Kanu is my supreme leader. Biafra is the only hope. Just open your phone, check alert. You go see alert. Bling, 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 2050, find 100,000. If not 200,000 you want, you'll still talk. Nnamdi Kanu is my supreme leader, 20K Gwenta. Nnamdi Kanu is my supreme leader, not 20,000. Nnamdi Kanu is my one and only. You go see 50 before you know it. As much as you want, just shout Nnamdi Kanu like that. You go see alert. But people like us have conscience. You can't buy my conscience with money. I am an honorable man. My heritage comes. I told you that man I was talking, I said, even right now, our friendship can end if you think I should compromise my heritage to please you. Our friendship will end now. So not all of us are, yes, we feel they're hungry, but don't think because we are hungry, you will not use our hunger to buy our conscience to sell our people. It's not possible. It's not so possible. So I want to say thank you very much. It's not, we don't hate Igbos. We don't hate Igbos. But this era of Nnamdi Kanu, if you're an Igbo man, you don't do something about this Nnamdi Kanu, and you are getting pumped up like a drug. You are happy that you don't need people. You don't need us. When the time comes, we go sit down. We go even clear road for Fulani. Come and set base here. Teach them lesson. They don't want to learn. You understand me? That's what's going to happen. And then you say, we betrayed you. We didn't betray you. Your pride and arrogance is destroying you. And we keep killing you from now till thy kingdom come. God has blessed you as a people. God has elevated you as a people. God has put you through a situation, and today you are tough. Like the Jews, they've gone through tribulations and they are strong. They have greater IQ. They have greater everything. But the Jews will always assess their disadvantage and only operate when it is the right time. But your own, you put your pride ahead of your realism. You put your pride ahead of the truth about your weakness. And that is why you keep failing. And that's why in the next 20 years, you'll be shouting this Biafra, 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 all in vain. Thank you very much for listening. I love you all. I love my Igbo brothers. For those who still have sense, I love my Igbo brothers, my Igbo brothers, my Roboado. Yeah.
there. Subscribe to my channel. And also press this bell icon.